So $18,000 in restitution and 100 hours of community service. During this time, she expressed regret for what happened. She apologized to the judge. She said that she wanted to make it right. And this was the judge's effort to get her to make it right. A lot of people upset about this. A lot of people out in the world were not happy that Carlee Russell did not get jail time, significant jail time. At the time of the crime, people said that once she was caught lying or found to be lying, they said that she needs to do years in prison. I was one of the people at the time who said she doesn't need to go to prison. Anybody who fakes their own abduction, who pretends to be kidnapped, that literally ghosts on family and friends for days at a time, has mental issues. They're dealing with something. That is not a normal response. That is not a common response to just disappear and pretend. So if a person has mental issues, why do we want them to spend their time in a cage? What kind of outcome do we want? And this is where the spirit of abolition comes in. A lot of times people say, prison abolition is unrealistic, that you can't just go around getting rid of police and prisons. Well, here's a situation where you can. Even if you have a police force in place, and even if you have prisons and jails around as a reality, what the spirit of abolition can do, what an abolitionist politics can do, is ask different questions. Instead of asking who did it and how do we punish them, we can ask who was harmed and how do we make them whole again. In this case, the question of who was harmed is answered by pointing to the extraordinary amount of energy, effort the local police department had to exert looking for her. People spent time trying to find this woman. People spent a lot of energy trying to find Carlee Russell. A lot of people were scared because of the announcement. The media was pressed because of the announcement. This all sounds like the energy of labor and money. So having her do community service and spend $18,000 in restitution seems like a fair response. But for some reason, some of y'all, a lot of time it'd be Black people. That's the crazy thing to me. A lot of time it'd be the Black people that actually want stiffer penalties and want her to be locked. I promise you, locking up this woman for a year or two is not going to make anybody's life better. It's not going to make anybody safer. And this is what this is what the judge said, that it wouldn't be a good use of resources. Someone writes in and says people could have died when resources were being used for her. They should have just investigated that. This is the thing. Again, jail's not always the answer. It doesn't negate the point, which is, if all the police are looking for this missing woman, there may not be an opportunity, for police to be available. There might not be police resources in place. I mean, all kinds of things can happen if all the police resources, all the fire resources, all the emergency medical resources, all the child services resources are dedicated to something that's not real. So I get there's a real danger here, and we have to account for that. But getting a pound of flesh is not going to solve that.